knowingly and overtly a racist. Because at least you've acknowledged there's a different path and you've decided intentionally not to take it. Whereas if you're doing it unknowingly until confronted, at least, you're doing that harm in a different capacity. I don't know.
I think one of the reasons that I'm never critical of communists, even though I don't have it, is there's such a holistic worldview that they have, be it economic, be it social, interpersonal.
Their heart's in the right place.
Yeah, I guess the sort of purist egalitarian amongst them, yeah. And sorry, I'm not an expert or anything, so if you've got critiques for communism, don't ever look at me. I'm not here to defend them. It's just that. Those are the people I often find in these kinds of conversations who are actually qualified to propose a solution to a lot of these kind of social problems and societal ills. Whereas I'm just sort of all I can really say is something look, I think if you're the kind of person who's the lady that protests too much about racism, you're probably part of the problem, Also about being accused of being a racist, sorry. So if you're no, not me, what about them? What's over there? I think you're probably just you probably have problematic views. Versus if you're someone who's to some extent, whatever, I'm a card-carrying Democrat, I probably have low expectations of a lot of minority groups, and I'm probably guilty of myself perpetuating that kind of stereotype that they need my assistance, white savior, what have you, or I don't know, if you're the person who just can accept and acknowledge that, hey, look, I probably am guilty. I always used to say about things, I was very unabashed when I was young, yeah. And
means I've got a couple weeks of break. I have to go up to Spokane and meet most of my employees, so.
Yeah.
Sorry, my cat just brought me his fishing pole, so I have work to do here. So.
I can't wait to see Jones in real life. Sorry, again. I was gonna say, do you reckon America will ever be safe to visit ever again after all this year of on?
Yeah.
This seems pretty.
The thing is, it's a big place, So I'm catfishing.
Yeah, but Trump supporters.
Literally fishing for a cat. It's great.
You're fishing for a cat.
Yes, I have a cat fishing pole. My cat who catches the bait.
Are you using AI pictures? Are you using AI pictures for the catfishing? Or?
Tied to the end of it that has a little cat toy lure.
Sounds awful difficult to do online to catfish somebody or catfish a cat. Catfishing a cat online.
Cora, I was thinking a song that you can play right now to try and find your cat is Blank Space. Just be like, I got a blank space, baby, and I'll write your name.
Cora, if you wouldn't mind, when you're toasting bread, does all bread undergo a Maillard reaction? I swear to God, if you don't answer me.
All bread?
Does all bread undergo a Maillard reaction?
I imagine if you like steamed bread, like bao or something like that. No.
Let's assume it's not bao. Let's say it's like the bread has like 0 content of sugar.
I mean, it's all carbs, so it'll turn into sugar.
Yeah, it's got sugar in it. You can't have bread without sugar. Sorry, not even like even almonds have sugar in it.
I mean, more specifically, it becomes glucose, but yeah.
And now we have to go through the whole what is this? Carbs are 2 different groups. There's like simple and complex carbs, or different forms of sugar.
There's your mom.
I think there's bread without sugar. Like you have like
There's lower carb.
There's sugar in everything.
There's bread. So like there's bread with lower glycemic index, or with lower carbs.
Just flour has sugar in it. That's the point. Like,
Your sugar has more sugar right now. Come on.
yeah. Like, is there bread without added sugar? Yes.
Yeah, like there's like it's one.
But the thing is it's just not gonna. I mean, unless you're doing like a quick bread or something, like soda bread or something like that. Like, but even that's wheat flour, and wheat flour has sugars. But if you've got any sort of yeasted bread, it has to have some sort of sugars for the yeast to feed on.
But that's my point. If it's an unyeasted bread.
Well, then it's like a quick bread, like a soda bread or something.
But that's my point. Yeah, it can't be assumed that like all bread has to have yeast in it, which would then include like a breakdown of sugars, like the sucrose, glucose, or glucose,
Well, and then the question is it bread? Like if I grind up lentils that I've like soaked in water and make it into a loaf, and bake that with some soda to try and leaven it or something, because people do that kind of shit. Is that really bread, or is it just kind of weird lentil loaf?
Well, obviously we're gonna base off of flour here, And again, as long as we're not
any sort of grain is gonna have some level of sugar in it naturally occurring sugars.
Yeah, come on. No. Please don't say that.
Wait, sorry. Can you say that again, Cora? What did you say is naturally occurring sugar?
Grain, any sort of grain is going to have some.
Yeah. I think you said anything that grows out of the ground is naturally occurring sugar. I'm like, not sure that's true. But yeah, pretty much. I think that I think even teosinte has like naturally occurring sugar. Where we got corn from. So, by the way, Mom, I think I've settled. I think I'm set to move to Tucson. That is where I would like to live.
Wait, is ASU in Tucson? No, ASU is in.
Yeah, I think it is.
Tempe.
Oh wait, no, it's U of A.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, U of A is in Tucson, and Arizona State University is in near Phoenix. Which means I might be able to get a job at U of A since they have a very comprehensive art program there.
Alright, I gotta go go to sleep because I gotta get up in the morning and submit a bunch of reports. So, good night, everyone.
All right, Laura.
Toast, I hope you find.
Years in a deep dish kitchen top.
Jesus, outside of City Hall, right? Coming up. You really running for mayor? We'll make it. Almost there. Oh, got it. Top of the tower. Chicago, take a look around.
It's so fucking annoying. Instagram is crazy. Send us your fucking social security number. Christ. Oh my god. I can't. We can't do it. Try a different phone, man.
Almost there. Oh, got it. Top of the tower. Jesus, outside of City Hall, right? Coming up.
15 years in a deep dish kitchen taught me what Chicago news.
me believe that the Germans hated niggas. They didn't hate
It's not
niggas.
because he was black. It's because his lips were so.
Yeah, but don't you understand? Like
They didn't hate no niggas. Don't try to put us in that Jewish hate. Don't put us in that.
they blamed Jews for all of the societal ills. But black people, because they just were seen as racially impure, they tried to sterilize them. So they would.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Google it. Just Google it.
No, they didn't.
Just Google it. So why you keep asking? Stop repeating. Why do you want to, bro? Are you fucking the same? You want to believe, you want to romanticize fucking Nazis.
No, I don't.
Oh, what's your...
I just don't want to act like they feel the same way about blacks as they do about Jews. Because
It's a BHI thing. It's a BHI thing.
It is.
You're not PHI.
Yes.
PHI.
She's capital B.
I'm
Capital
Queen BHI.
Yeah.
That's what Andrew called me. This was the biggest compliment I've ever had on the app.
About it as well.
This was the biggest compliment I ever had on the app. Andrew called me Queen of the BHIs.
I was trying to be a meta N-word. Now it's like, fuck, you're VHI. It was fun while it lasted. I already missed you.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. I'm still reading about the black people in the Rhineland. Hold on. And then in the 1930s, only a few black people lived in Germany. Most of them in the Rhine area, children of German mothers and French. I see them German was fucking the shit out of Africans. Stop playing with me.
The Rhineland is where I go. That's where I spend my time.
Okay.
The Rhineland.
Outside of Berlin, of course, because Berlin's on the other side.
See, what it is France had all these colonies in Africa and stuff. That's probably why they had all these Africans over there in that area. Because it says during World War I, France had recruited troops from its African colonies, mainly from Senegal. I didn't even know Senegal was a French colony. These children. What'd you say? 15 years.
Pretty much all of West Africa.
Was a French colony?
Yeah, pretty much.
I thought it was. I only knew about Cameroon.
No, Senegal, Mali, fucking.
That's why.
Burkina Faso, I think, is French as well. There's lots of French countries.
Okay, so it's talking about the children of these Senegalese, like French or German mixed people. It says these children in the French occupied Rhineland were called Frankosenkinder. Frankosenkinder. Frenchmen's children. They're called Frenchmen's children. Go ahead.
Yes, the Nazis forcibly sterilized black people, particularly hundreds of mixed.
But they was fucking them, having babies with them. Which one is it? They was sterilizing the niggas, or they was fucking them, having babies with them.
Chattel slavery.
Taking them to the Rhineland.
The slave owners.
Which one?
Already got the, you know.
Because what I'm reading is saying they was fucking niggas.
That sweet.
They was fucking niggas, having babies with them, and they was calling them the children of the Frenchmen. That's what I'm reading.
Do me a favor, Google Shark Island.
Okay, hold on one sec. Hold on, I'm gonna treat them as first. You gotta weigh everything.
I mean, certainly you've been to Germany, right? I mean, it's like
In the northern part of Germany, black people were so rare. Go ahead.
It's a 2-hour train ride, brother. Go.
Because mixed race children
It's a great time.
threat to the racial purity of
Don't go
the
to
song.
Hamburg. That's where all the gypsies.
Oh shit!
Don't go to
So
Hamburg.
let me see. Many black and mixed race children were rounded up and sterilized or used for scientific experiments. Some were held in concentration camps and some simply disappeared.
Chicago, take a look around. Our city is beautiful, resilient, and worth every ounce of effort it takes to climb. My name is John.
Wait, but this is France.
Yeah, but Germany, Nazi occupied France. The thing is, as well, you have to remember that like the treatment of the Jews was really cheap.
Yeah, it does say the Nazi Germans considered mixed race children a threat to the racial purity. Okay, yeah.
But not only that, but like you have to remember that.
Jesus at a city hall, right? Coming up.
The Nazi occupation of the Jews.
You really running for mayor? We'll make it my lunch.
Racial purity, as in there's on one hand where they're like, oh, Jews are responsible.
You really run for mayor? I'll make
Like economic downturn and inflation.
15 years in a deep dish kitchen taught me what Chicago really runs on. Hard
We
work.
don't want these people mixing with us. So now, bro, they were. I think near the end when they like when they
I want to speak directly to our
having
city.
enough people that are core Jewish ancestries to camps. Like, it's insane. Like someone who's not culturally Jewish, knows nothing of their ancestry. If there's a record of one of their ancestors,
Yo, who's old?
in 2
Who's
generations,
using that old ass Apple notification tone? What the fuck was that? Who's got an iPad from 2003?
Oh, I think you heard my man's work phone. I think that's what you heard. But it says the guy, the African and French guy, or French, African, and German guy describes his childhood dream to join the Hitler Youth. The Hitler Youth was established in 1926 to recruit soldiers, but in 1933 it transitioned to a new role teaching children loyalty to Hitler and Nazism. In German schools like the one, I don't know how to say his African name, the guy attended, children were taught love for Hitler, obedience to state authority, militarism, racism, and anti-Semitism. Wow. He describes his longing to be a good German, like he was taught in school. But it's like, come on, they sent dude to school, like they taught him how to be a good German. What the fuck?
Yeah, so
So they cannot join the Hitler Youth, like he
the
was.
Jews were public enemy number one, but that doesn't mean that 2, 3, and 4, got a pass.
Yeah, facts.
That's what it's saying to me. It says that they were so low priority because they were so small in number that the Nazis really didn't care about them. That's what I'm reading. But then I'm also seeing the sterilization stuff. I did see that.
Look up Shark Island.
Okay, I'll look that up now.
The funniest part is that, in this day and age, we can test the ancestries, the ancestors of Hitler, and kind of do an amalgamation of, what his ancestral makeup was. And, by his own metrics, he belonged in the camps.
Maybe you have to do Shark Island Nazis or something.
Yeah, because it says something about Costa Rica and some fucking surfing or something. I don't
One
know.
of the best camps. Sometimes I think in the world about that historically.
Shark Island.
If you haven't been to Costa Rica, I highly recommend it.
I don't sniff
Never mind. This isn't the Nazis as well. But this is considered.
It's a German concentration camp used during the. Okay, I think I had heard this about Namibia. I had heard about this. It was they killed like a few tens of thousands of people in Namibia. Yeah, I heard about this. But the thing about the German people though, they're the only ones that. And because the way I heard about it was I saw a documentary about it, and there were people from the German government who went over there. They paid reparations to Namibia because of this. They went over there and apologized for what they've done. Don't no fucking other European country that colonized and committed genocide against another group of people fucking pay reparations, go over there and publicly apologize for this fucking atrocity.
Everybody else won.
Man, fuck y'all.
They have a shame culture now because of that.
That might be why. But it's hella other people that lost wars that don't do that shit. I think, okay, I'll put it like this. Germany had to do that with the Jewish people. Didn't nobody give a fuck about them African ass Namibians or whatever, however you say it. Didn't nobody say y'all gotta go and pay them reparations, y'all gotta go in public. Didn't nobody care about what they did in 1904 to those Africans. We only cared about what they did to the white Jewish people in Germany in the 1930s, right? So they didn't have to go over there and pay reparations to Namibia. How do you say that for the country?
Namibia. You got it.
Namibia. So, yeah, they didn't have to. That happened fucking 40 years before World War II. But I feel like they did that because, and even Stilgar has talked about how they teach about the past and how to never, do those things that they've done before. So it's not necessarily about them losing. It's the culture of where they've come from, and it seems like they've learned from that.
Yeah, a lot of people have this perspective that Germany's entirely China, that can never happen, and that's not the case. But it's reasonable to get that perception because they take it so seriously that they will only discuss it in very, very specific capacities, and as such, it seems like standoffish. So they won't discuss it, but when you actually get into Germans are also hard to break through with. Like you have to really get to know them before they'll have it.
Why do you go there so much? Oh, for work, you said, sorry.
No, not for work. No, not for work. I travel a lot for work, but that's stateside. My wife was born there. Her whole paternal side of her family's still there, and I just fucking dig it.
Fucking digs
You
it.
don't go without it, do you? Not yet. 15 years at Deep Dish Kitchen taught me what Chicago really runs on. We have hard work and friendship over there. A lot of it bigger than I have here. And I have a buddy who has a birthday party coming up, and he's throwing like a big festival, essentially a music festival. And she probably can't get off of work to go, so I'm probably gonna go without her. And she's gonna be 15 years at Deep Dish Kitchen taught me what Chicago really runs on. Hard work, patience, and a lot of tomato sauce. When I layer the cheese
Did you say you had
sauce, I see a city of neighborhoods. 15 years in a deep dish kitchen taught me what Chicago really runs on. Hard work, patience, and a lot of tomato sauce. When I layer the cheese and sauce, I see a city of neighborhoods. 15 years in a deep dish kitchen taught me what Chicago really runs on. Hard work, patience, and a lot of tomato sauce. When my 34-year-old body turns 38 or 39, and the clock, the hourglass turns upside down, and the sand's going in the direction. She's gonna go. Maybe we should. So
you should like get her like you should get her you should pay for her to freeze her eggs as a birthday present.
Yeah, I don't know that she would appreciate that the same way that she might if it goes that direction. That'd be like look, you don't have to understand this now, but in 8 years from now, maybe you will. That's the only reason why we're probably still married is because she's pretty chill on the gift giving thing. We don't really do the gift.
I tell motherfuckers all the time, son, just go downtown and hang out.
It's a wonderful place. Go to the bar. It's a really wonderful place, and they're constantly doing something and quality of life are both
some fucking yoga class,
hours.
If not to work out, just for the business side.
I've seen 46 of the 50 U.S. states. I've kind of done it all here. I'm sort of done. And I want to visit more of Europe without there being a 7-hour plane ride over the ocean to do it. So Germany will be the home base, and we'll kind of explore. That's the one great part about not having kids is I could go wherever the fuck I want.
Yeah, traveling,
I can afford it.
That's the one thing I always get, with, you've been in a relationship with a woman who has children, it's like there's this unassailable envy or something. And even if you're not doing much with your life, it's kind of like, hey, you get to do this and I don't.
Oh, yeah. And there's two kinds of people in that camp: the people that admit they feel that way and the people that lie about it.
To be honest, I've never met someone who lies about it.
Maybe that's an American thing, but it's great. My life is so much better. And I'm like, no. These are the worst roommates you've ever had, and you're pretending like it's not true.
Oh no, I think so. On some level, I think that's true, but it's one of these things where it's like when depending on the level of commitment, if it's sort of like, well, my life could take any one of these turns, and it's like, yeah, mine can't. There has to be some level of stability. Whereas if you're kind of free and if you're childless, you can kind of I could envisage myself living on the other side of the world next year, and it's like,
yeah,
they have to think about school and this and that.
The funny thing is that the one thing that might help with that, life change that might motivate her in that direction is moving to Germany, because it's so much more economically viable. And the cost of American healthcare in and of itself is enough to dissuade people not to procreate. In Germany, it's so much more reasonable, and you get years of maternity leave rather than weeks. There's paternity leave, there's tax credit, there's all kind of incentives to make humans, because we kind of need to keep doing that. And here in the U.S., it's just not nearly as practical.
I'm going to jump off quickly. I've literally been fucking slacking. I'm at the gym. So if you guys want to do it, I'll catch you there.
Yeah.
Well, I had my fucking party for the night. Oh my god. Yeah. Nathan. And another thing, Abdiel's, Dizzle, whatever. You know what? I thought you was my boo.
I am a SB.
Are you?
Hell yeah.
She had to find somebody that knew how to fight. That whole piece be pissing me off. Was scared right.
As an example and can pave the way for how to fine-tune if you guys do decide to do future competitions, right? You all are realizing the different things that nobody thought of. Nobody considered, questions that went unasked. So now you have an opportunity to perfect it if you do it next time.
So, B. Marie, will you do another competition on chat?
Just type in the chat. Absolutely never the fuck again.
Absolutely not.
No. Absolutely never the fuck again.
What about you, Alpha Clown? Will you participate in another competition?
Under the right circumstances, because if I gotta do this again, I need a coin, okay?
Wait, y'all didn't get paid?
No, ma'am.
She didn't give y'all